Just Mustache, and welcome back to Elite Wars. Today, well, anyway, actually buffed characters, but it still took them forever to get to doing so. One of them ended up being Dai Shi. There are quite a few others. Just gonna point this out, it's once again, characters the ult has leveled up on the legendary side, but not the main. So, once again, Korag, which was leveled up on the ult, got buffed a while ago. Now we have Dai Shi and Dragon Armor Trini being leveled up. And let's just say, this guy's fast.
KO, you win.
And there he is, okay. Well, the other thing was going to be mentioned that Orion is going to be running around doing a lot of things now. We'll see what type of shenanigans the Inway allows him to get away with now. Certainly a change, but he also is that's no longer an instant combo starter, but it is a 50-50 basically. I don't know why I have to knock back and forth though during that. If we're not in the corner, it looks very weird. That's an instant combo starter now, so they can just keep... he's even more of a middle slot spammer than before, basically. So how about this? Zagata Fury! Let it fully continue. Don't dash for a refunded Black Line Rush. And Feather Beast, you get brought in, strike down, and that's not enough. Yeah, even if I use this even if I use the strike, it's not 5,000. It's quite a bit below that.
KO, you lose.
But yeah, Orion's just 3 costs and 1 4 cost now.
Go.
While having his strike be an instant combo starter, so... good luck with that, I guess. Dai Shi still has to deal with 2 50-50s, or his V2 version, which is currently, Some code is allowing you to accidentally queue up an attack during their run-in. So, best make sure not to spam that. Anyways, Zagata Fury. Come on! I'm sure you can do better. Yeah, there. It's slightly slow. It's actually slower than Orion's, but that's all it is. Enough. I don't know why you're bothering with spamming that when you have yet to show your damage. Go ahead. Go ahead. Into launch, apparently. Okay. Doesn't need to hit you. Sledge also just shoots automatically now.
KO, you win.
This can result in some weird interactions where he probably would be... how do I put this? He can get away with dazing the opponent, I think is the best way to describe it. Since he doesn't need to, since he activates on his own now, he basically will count as a faster block than most. So, might sometimes just troll yourself. Yeah, I did that fine. I tried to do the cheaper version, but it's still a decent bit slower than the Russian. That's a dash just to get caught. Yeah, and then you do this. Okay. Ferocious Roar! Not to mention they're a little safer on that one. We're just gonna refund. Up you go. Be careful. No more canceling from you, or you guys just not canceling that? And there's Rocky again. Still doing everything he's not allowed to. Wow.
KO, you lose.
Still rushing forward, still launching the opponent, still doing decent damage, or rather high damage for what it is. So, yeah. As per usual, just a dumb assist. Zagata Fury, and Phantom Beast. Grab a bit of extra damage, but even though it's not much at this point compared to the rest of the attack. Now the block, it's not like you started with it. Metal slot blocked off, you know what? Just use it. I'm just gonna have to stand there for no reason. We're gonna get rid of this. And Ferocious Roar once. Do a Black Lion Rush. You're gonna launch. And back away, Phantom Beast. You stop blocking off the primary after I just use it. You're not being helpful at all.
KO, you win.
Similar to Eric, it's an up and down side when it comes to Sledge automatically attacking. It's just, well, you can just be blocked now if you just so happen to be in that situation. I said stop blocking all the primary. Can you really not just stay out of there? Seriously. She's getting dumb. Scott of Fury. Send you flying. Back away. Yeah, nothing. No energy. Be great if it didn't do that type of thing constantly, but it just wanted to. So, Ferocious Roar. Once again, we're not going to speed up and do a little bit of extra damage. It's not needed right now. You poke. And this one! We do a bit of extra damage. Even though it's barely much more. You spend 1 EP for maybe what is technically just 1,000 extra in auto on. Okay, so Counter Fury. Let's see here. What if we just... Well, Phantom Beast up. Nope, gets it twice. And then they crit. And... probably was needed.
KO, you lose.
Yeah, just going up and down right now. Compared to something like Korag, Dai Shi's damage is quite evenly spread across his entire kit. But still, his only launch has received a bit more recovery, and now, yeah, but not to mention how many hits he really does, he kind of just... He ends up getting crit spammed. Kind of, at least 8 of... If he's gonna have 8% crit chance, he's going to be critting at least a lot more. We're gonna rush into you. Some extra damage, but it's not gonna result in much. Back away. Yeah, okay, fine. Go ahead, we just get stunned. Nope. Not even stunned, just 2 of those. Someone is not allowed to be here.
KO, you lose.
Really? You really can't just figure out how to match right. Yep, okay. Well, let's just do, while we wait for this entire thing to end, we can do a quick comparison of Dai Shi to Korag's ability to actually start combos. You can do this, yes, but you're going to have to do a very special technique, and that is basically taunt before you hit them with the breaker if you want to go with the cheaper version of it. If you're going to run in, you can still do it there, but that doesn't exactly help much. And you very well could have just done your super. You really might as well just do it. And yeah, there it is. Walked away. Not even on fire. Not even on fire. Yeah, the fact that that wasn't even far enough yet. Yeah, there it is.
KO, you lose.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see about making use of a very special thing. I mentioned in the last match that we're kind of gonna have to taunt right before we use the breaker, just to be able to access its slightly cheaper version. And that's if we're chasing them down. Yeah, we get launched. But, okay, fine, you were perfectly in range. Okay, Staccato Fury. Nope, again. Well, we're on the ground. That basically whiffed. Okay. Well, 1 Black Line Rush. Nope. How was I not in the air yet, game? You put me in the air for earlier in that move. Staccato Fury. Back away. And we're gonna have to use an uppercut. Yep, there it is. How about we just launch you higher and strike you down?
KO, you win.
And instead of Robo Knight, we had V2 get changed. At least some weak epic was buffed, but certainly a weird choice by Enway. And then when how they changed him was just yeah, how do you exactly describe what he's doing with his strike now? Because he has a 50-50, but his other strike is not instant combo starter. So it only launches when your opponent is in the air. His breakers are full commitment breakers still. And his block is now slower, but at least it's 3 costs instead of 7. So I would say that's fine. And then I don't even activate anything. Yeah, Dai Shi apparently just doesn't get hit. Fire!
KO. You win.
Oh, I wasn't gonna wait there. Message is actually one of the characters who got a slight nerf compared to what else happened, but yeah, I might be able to use the chance here, but yeah, there it goes. 1.6. Yeah, maybe it wasn't needed. The crit specifically, the last time was more. Okay, another uppercut. What else? Hey, he stopped moving, and then the fact that Sledge crit again. Not in the same match, but just why again? You just you crit on Fern. Now on Zordon. Ferocious Roar, seriously. There goes my middle slot being blocked off. Okay. Well, let me go about this one. Nope. Hit you first. Didn't do anything. Zakata Fury. Interrupted. On fire. 180, but he didn't do anything.
KO. You win.
And that's it. Okay, so how do I go about this one? Poke and instant launch. All I can try and do against that. Zakata Fury. You're on fire. Now I have to be careful of this strike. Not a strike. And yep. That's it. No. He's gonna launch you. It's a lot of multi-hits. Versus Roar. Yep. Okay. Yeah, they've got a lot of extra health, a decent bit of extra damage as well. Take a Black Line Rush for a bit of recovery. Still a 4 cost, which doesn't help the situation. Got the Fury again. Strike you down. They have a breaker and strike. No, they didn't do that at all. Nothing happened. Yeah, they didn't rotate. What else?
KO. You lose.
And she's back. Yeah, that's the primary block she has. How common could it really be? It's a God of Fury. And yeah, I didn't get to recover back 5 for the Black Line Rush. I'll just block you. Again! Didn't rotate. Found a beast. You can just stay in your corner. And I'm just going to... Okay, well, we're not blocking yet, but... And now on fire. Twice. Yeah, again. Hear that? Go into the air with you! Ferocious Roar! Get kicked!
KO. You win.
Don't know why she had to just keep spamming that. You have your entire kit. Sometimes it just doesn't help. Do you really have to crit there? Okay, yeah, fine. They just have to. They just have to. Again. Did you really stop critting when you don't need to?
KO. You lose.
Other than it obviously being quite a mismatch, both in health and medals, I still have higher crit chance, but they have bigger hits in that sense. And okay, fine. Land the first one, and now we're stuck with this. Really gonna be the case? Black Line Rush! If I used a block, I could have went ahead and did the cheaper version. Yeah. No, just go on fire. Nope. They're not airborne, so I don't get a combo there. If I really want to get away with something, I'm gonna have to dash first. Like right here. And I'm just gonna have to get rid of the block. Sadly though, still too late there. Still slower than their 3 cost, while being weaker on the hit as well. Up you go. Once. And a beast, bring them in. Need a bit more energy than that. Crush's Roar. They're just gonna be looking to land their block, if anything. Back away. Yeah, and no. Can't even queue it up in time.
KO. You lose.
Okay, we'll see eventually if we can get that very specific interaction. You have a correct setup, but you're not getting out of that one. And another Scotty Fury. See how long before we actually can get away with making use of the requirement to dash towards them and then taunt with before using Black Lion Rush just to be able to get the other version. That one I actually could have cancelled. Before landing, if it is specific interaction, we've gotten away with just not having to care. Okay. Real original. Block on my primary slot again, why don't you?
KO. You lose.
I'm really just not going to be allowed to do that.
3, 2.
I basically use all my energy the moment I try and use those 4-dash variant of very specific attack. You've reset your energy, but you only need to care about landing that. Yeah. You did 10,000 damage with 7. That's 9,000 with 8. Yeah. Okay, Phantom Beast, bring them in. And Zagata Fury. Reset the energy, and there's their block. Can't do a backdash or have energy to counter. 2 in a row. This is also Leo. Dai Shi does not have armor. So you launch them once. That's it. I don't know why I bothered doing that. Now the Rocky. Yeah, you clearly need that. Pretty sure. Yeah, the thing didn't count. But you can't get out of this even if you wanted to.
KO. You lose.
So far, though, comparing him to how he was before, yeah, he doesn't feel much different. He's just multi-hitting a lot more, and you want your little bit of extra damage, you're going to just do the V1 version of that attack. Only you can stay in your corner. The only thing is that his energy consumption has been made all into his breaker. And right here, I could have done, instead of just dashing forwards, I could have, you know, used the taunt or just not dash at all. Get rid of that. Come on. Poke, lock, and okay. This is not helping your situation, Ninjor. And the fact you didn't rotate. Okay. Did that dash again, or did that just not, or is that just not a thing we can do? Because I would like to be able to, you're not helping. I do not want to knock out just yet. I want to be able to test. Anyway, stop doing that!
KO. You win.
And not a single breaker after I tried to do the taunt thing the first time. Yeah, okay. Joink. Nothing. Yeah, there goes Casey. And nope. You're right. Nope. Okay. I completely failed that one. I ended up pressing the button I have with the taunt twice instead, or rather both buttons I have with the taunt, the up arrow and the other button. So instead of actually just attacking, I ran into their face and just taunted. Crush's Roar! I'll try to make use of the thing, but we all know it's Casey. Yep, there it is. I'm gonna send flying. Still on fire. When is you due to recover? Or is it just gonna be Ollie again? And that actually counted. Okay. Fine. Yeah, no refund type thing on Dai Shi either. Anyway, Black Land Rush. We just spin, and we don't get to launch you.
KO. You win.
Yep. Okay, so Dai Shi's changed. I would say it basically did nothing to him. He's still basically falling under the same problem as what he had before. He doesn't exactly have range for an instant combo starter, similar to Korag, and now his damage is completely locked behind a 5 cost that refunds, and you know what? Should be easier in training mode. But then again, might not even be able to see it, so we'll see what the game decides to do. So if we dash forwards, okay. We dash forwards, taunt and breaker. That's all it's gonna need to be. Basically, taunt, dash, cancel, breaker. I've done it plenty of times with Preston to get out of stealthy switch, so whatever you're doing, you can see it's going up. And no. They give him a special property. So no, it did fail because you can't get away with doing the cheaper cost. Yep, okay. And now it's not helping. Yep, not helping at all. Wow. Real original. Okay, so we'll try that again. So we can get away with dashing, taunt, and then can't cure them all up at the same time. That's the problem. So problem is that requires waiting. Something doesn't seem right there. I have reason to believe maybe it might be that specific card right now. So let's go ahead and try and do another attack. I did not dash there. And it did that variant as well. Yeah, so you can't try and taunt dash and then cancel into the attack. You're gonna have to wait for the taunt to be over and then you're allowed to. Right, I don't think it's gonna be that simple. But how you want it to act. Can you not attack right now? Anyway, here's another thing to point out. They landed. I can go ahead and even just do that with the taunt as well to show that it's an attack branch that's not supposed to be there. As you can tell. Yeah, no, I've checked on other characters. Your cards are getting blanked out now when you try and dash forwards after initiating a taunt. You can see they get blanked out. The other problem is the technique doesn't even work, even if you execute it right. How about this? I dash forwards and taunt is they use? No. Really? Okay. I get hit by a breaker and now we just show another entirely different interaction. Great job. Just because I was airborne. Yep, okay. But we don't even get any special techniques. We're still forced to do the 5-cost breaker. And we're still forced to do the dash variant of the other one. So this doesn't help. There is no special technique for Dai Shi that you can do. That one even played out. That one even let the beginning of the taunt play out for a bit. That one is the 4-cost. Yeah. You're gonna have to delay it. There's no special early timing one you can get away with. There's no such thing. Okay, we're back here. Well, that was 20 matches. And after some thorough testing, there is no such thing as this technique. You cannot taunt and then attack to get the normal variation. It will still do the dash variation, even if you do that. The only way to get the normal variation is to stand still for a bit after the taunt. Still better than standing still for an entire 30 frames, or 15 frames after the dash cancel window, so the thing's over. But you're gonna have to delay your attack after a taunt. You don't just get to taunt perfectly into an attack. I think I blame my ability to use Preston's stealthy switch change, where he could just taunt to swap back to his card type, but that's completely different to begin with. Where he could just dash after stealthy switch. But then, if you really need to, you taunt, and then you change your attack back to its original typing. You leave stealthy switch, and then you get your original typing. That's likely where I'm thinking that can kind of be used for the other characters with their dash variations. However, it doesn't look to be the case. No matter how well you try to instantly use it after taunt, you're still going to get the dash variation. So, that doesn't help. You don't always want to do the dash variant, you know, because that's Dai Shi's expensive version. And it actually hurts his combos quite a bit, because instead of getting his old one, where technically it was a 4 into a 4, now his breaker being a 5 cost kind of ruins his primary slot rotation combo, where he makes use of his breaker launch into his strike, into his breaker. And this is specifically if he's outside the corner. And if he blocked a projectile, now he can't use that 4 cost breaker if he's a little bit too far. So that doesn't help. And if he has a Counter Fury, he better be out of range so he can just not hit the first hit. And if he has Phantom Beast, he has to just dash forwards. That version isn't as bad, but yeah. I don't think Dai Shi's change is all that great in his situation. He's not much different. In my opinion, he's still... Yeah, that's a 5 cost right there. Let me just put up Korak's team. Let me just put Korak's team right here. They're basically the same level right now. Dai Shi might actually be a little weaker in the sense of, well, ability levels, but he has more health. Probably, but that's from his team. And these are all level 10. Okay, Nice Fury, 4,400. Phantom Beast is the only one that's stronger than that. Zagato Fury is... yeah. A lot weaker. Ferocious Roar is 4,160. Shield Bash is weaker. Wolf Attack is 3 cost, 5,900. Phantom Beast is not going to reach that. Very similar. But, yeah, then we compare the 4 cost to a 5 cost. These point blank, yes. Fair. Korak doesn't have a problem with doing that. Dai Shi? Yeah, I think he kind of does. This is a poke. Useful. Able to do its job. It's able to start the things you do. Same with this one's regular variation poke. At least you can start combos with it. It's basically instant combo starter, but we can tell by its range. And then this thing is just a little too expensive. My opinion, Dai Shi's change didn't really change his actual character much. Quality of life is the best description he can get, but no, I wouldn't even agree with that. His offense just stops too soon now with Black Line Rush. He used to have a 16 EP combo, nope, 18 EP combo, where he can get away with a block combo, Black Line Rush, and with how little recovery it had, and the launch, he could get away with Phantom Beast, another Black Line Rush. Because Phantom Beast was fast enough, he would get another one. If anything, he likely still has that combo, but it's more so related that he's going to need to be in this corner, and Well, he needs to watch what he's doing because he cannot get away with you accidentally using his dash variant of that breaker. It is not worth it. It's faster, yes. Not worth it. 1 extra EP for meh amounts of usefulness in his actual grand scheme of combos. It has not helped him at all. I would say this buff was meh at best. Yeah, that's Dai Shi. He can do things. Not much better than he did before, though. He still does the exact same kind of combos. Probably worse if you get the thing wrong. With his dash variant, though. Anyway, if you guys did enjoy the video, please make sure to give a like, comment if there's something you'd like to see, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, don't miss anything, and you must go in the description. Memberships are things you can become one and have your through streams at the end of videos to receive the links on panels, as well as join the Random Fringe Alliance with priority. On to the next Pounders video. Bye!